Hello everybody, welcome to the
semi-state championship edition of the Hobart Brickies Pregame Show. I'm Isaiah Gransberry.
I'm Jordan Chantos.
We are excited. The Brickies are back in the semi-state championship game for the second straight year in a row. The first time they've done that since 1995 and 1996 season. And they'll be hosting it for the first time since 1996.
Yeah, that was the last year that they actually went to the Dome down south. And before it was Lucas Oil Stadium. So it might be in the books for this year.
Yeah, 13, looking to make it 14 appearances in the state championship game. Hobart, it has been rolling all season. Football powerhouse usually, and they've really came back to life as of late, and that's pretty exciting. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. As a lot of Hobart people know, the Brickies have 4 state championships in 87, 89, 91, and 93. They haven't won one since 1993. Like we said, last one they made it to was 1996, and they ended up losing that. But they have a real shot at it this year, I think.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. But the team across the line from them is no short task at all. The Marion Giants, they're 10-3 on the season, running off a 7-game win streak, and they're very athletic. So it's gonna be a tough battle. But if Hobart can stay disciplined, keep game tackling, and keep that family bond that they've had throughout the season, I think it's gonna be a pretty exciting game.
Yeah, last week against Logansport, Hobart had a big game. They ended up winning 45-14. Some key players in that was Riley Johnston and Tyler Turley, to name a couple. They both had 2 rushing touchdowns as well as 2 passing touchdowns for Johnston and over 150 yards on the ground for him as well. So when you get that type of play from your quarterback, it really helps the team out.
Yeah, definitely. And Zach Vode with a very beautiful catch, and we'll play that on the screen right now. It just showed why he's a Division I athlete. But also a couple other names I wanted to mention. Hayden McLam, he did a great job on the defensive line. He's one of those guys, the hardworking guys. He's been a starter since his sophomore year, and I think a lot of people don't realize, like, he's one of those key pieces to that defense, because the whole defense is just phenomenal week in and week out. They give up on average 9.5 points a game.
Jankovic hitting those field goals as well, adding up those points, 3 points at a time.
They're going to need all hands on deck. As we mentioned earlier, Marion coming off a 7-game win streak. It's not saying that the Brickies haven't played tougher teams, because I feel like their schedule is slightly tougher, but it's all marbles in. I mean, you're 1 game away from playing in the Dome. I know Hobart's going to have a lot of emotion toward this game, and it's going to be pretty exciting to watch, which, unfortunately, if you haven't already heard the news, we've shared it multiple times on our page, but just to refresh you, you can buy the game on pay-per-view because there will be limited fans at the game, unfortunately. So what are your thoughts on that?
I was going to ask you the same thing. My thoughts on, Hobart has a great fan base. I think that brings a lot of momentum to Hobart and gets the players pumped up and ready to go for their game, and I think it motivates them, because every time I've gone there, the seats are just filled with people. So it's going to be weird. It's kind of going to be like the NFL, where there's not a lot of fans at least, and the players will have to adjust to that kind of setting, I think.
Yeah, and definitely I agree. It's going to be weird, but at the same time, I can see Hobart fans finding a way to get some Marion tickets in their pockets. That's just how loyal Hobart fans are. But all jokes aside, they're going to be watching, they're going to be supporting from home. I can just hear it now. I can hear the noises all over the city, especially after our Brickies win.
For sure. Coach Osika and those kids on the sideline are going to be getting pumped up too, though. That'll kind of create some noise for Hobart too.
Definitely. So what do you think the keys of the game will be this week?
I think keeping pressure on Marion and on their offense, obviously. Babcock, obviously with Cam Smith out, he had that leg injury a couple weeks ago. He's basically a game time decision right now. But Bobby Babcock's got to step up, and the rest of their defense has got to put pressure on Marion's offense and keep them out of the end zone. Obviously, that's how you win games. And also, Hobart on offense, I think keeping the ball in the air, giving Riley Johnston a chance to also run it and pass it, because he has that option with Zach Vode and those other receivers as well. I think they have a lot of weapons on their offense that they could utilize.
And I agree. They definitely have lots of offensive weapons, and the defense is gonna get their stops as well. So it'll be interesting to see how Hobart manages another athletic team. They haven't seen one really since Maryville, in my opinion. So it's gonna be a fun game to watch. Nevertheless, it's gonna be a classic, in my opinion. And my prediction for the final score will be 28-20. Block PAT. How about you?
I think it's going to be a close one, too. I think it's going to be 16-13, and I think Hobart's going to win on a game-winning field goal by Mickey Jankovic. That's my prediction. I'm calling it down to the T.
Well, there you have it. We will be on the sidelines giving highlights to you guys. We'll also share the paid stream that you will have to pay for, but the opportunity to watch that paid stream. And
$15 to watch your boys win a semi-state championship. That's not bad.
Nevertheless, it's going to be a $15 well spent. Good luck to the Hobart Brickies. We'll be supporting you guys. We'll be decked out in purple and gold all week. And just see you guys next Monday on the Golf Play Sports Show.
Give a quick rundown of the Hobart Brickies' past win, because we know they're going to win. Come on now. A bunch of other news from sports in the past week as well. So we'll see you then. And next week, we'll see you on the state championship special.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims.
Thanksgiving, that's right. Oh yeah, Thanksgiving, man.
Definitely.
Happy early Thanksgiving.
Happy early Thanksgiving.
I'll tell you that next week, though. But we'll see you next week on the state championship special of the Hobart Brickies Pregame Show. See you next time.
As bold as
Hey, if they don't win, I'll come out with an apology.